From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's Game 3 of the Intercity League semifinals between the Blue Sox and the Somerville Royals, with the Blue Sox leading the best-of-5 series 2-0. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely alongside Jake Wilsey, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Jake, the Blue Sox came out of their shell last night after eking out a win 3-2 on Monday night. Really gave us the performance I think we came to expect from the Blue Sox, at least against the Royals, as the Blue Sox now take the field.
No doubt. And I think we were on a torrid offensive streak, and that sort of, to an extent, came to an end 2 games ago. I mean, we still put up enough runs to win, but then we were back at it in the last game yesterday.
So Drew Leanhouse will take the mound for the Lexington Blue Sox as they look to sweep the Royals and advance to the Intercity League Championship Series.
First pitch goes to the backstop in warm-ups. That's sending a message.
So the starting lineup for the Royals, it'll be Jake Santolo leading it off at first base, followed by Brian Campbell in left. John Collette is behind the plate. Wagner Gomez is at third. Sean Cameron is at short. James McConville is the DH. Luke Ronke is in right. Adam Johnson is at second. And Nick Valdario rounds out the lineup in center field. Again, Drew Leanhouse getting the start for the Blue Sox tonight. And last year when he faced the Royals in the postseason, threw a no-hitter at Trum to even the first-round series. And maybe he doesn't have to throw a no-hitter tonight, but just but just put on a good performance, and the Blue Sox will hopefully be on to the ICL Championship Series for 11 years, for the 11th consecutive year. On the mound for the Royals tonight is Toby Stern, the left-hander. Stern is 2-0 this season with a .656 ERA. In 10 2/3 innings, he's allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, only one of which is earned, walked 8, and struck out 5. So Drew is done with his warm-ups. Jeff Vigers fires the ball to second, and we are ready for some baseball as Jake Santolo getting back at first base tonight after starting the game at second base last night.
Yeah, he's not a second baseman. I think we saw that last night.
Santolo batting 1 for 3 in the postseason thus far, and he swings at the first pitch and skies it into left center field, and this will be a diving. And despite the best efforts of Feliciano, it is down for a base hit. So first pitch swinging, and Santolo is aboard. That'll bring up Brian Campbell, the left fielder, 571, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Great effort by Sway, certainly, on the first play of the game. But
yeah, a lot of ground to cover there.
Yeah, and that hung up a long time, too.
Yeah, it did.
Upstairs, ball 1. And this is fouled onto Worthen Road, and we already have an official broadcast. Drew, last year in the postseason, in addition to that no-hitter he threw against Somerville, was 3-0, did not allow a run all postseason, went 20 innings, allowed 7 hits and 4 walks, and struck out 20.
Good pitch there.
That is in there for strike 2, and it's 1-2. This year against Somerville, made 2 appearances, went 1-0 in 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Just misses the outside corner, 2-2. Blue Sox in the pearly whites tonight with the red, white, and blue caps. Throw over to first, and back diving is Santolo, who is not really a stolen base threat. He is at the top of the lineup because he is a good on-base guy. Kind of like the Kevin Youkilis thing the Red Sox did several years ago.
Right, yeah, he does not look like a stolen base threat either.
But he's got a decent lead there.
He does.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the off-speed pitch, and there's 1 down. That brings up John Collette. Second in the ICL batting race to the Blue Sox Jeff Costello in the regular season. Batting .545 with 1 homer and 4 RBIs. And he skies this one to center field. Sway's got a beat on it. And he makes the catch, 2 down. So first pitch swinging by 2 of the first 3 batters for the Royals. And for a guy like Lienhoutz, who throws a lot of strikes, that's not a bad approach to have.
No, it's definitely not. I have nothing wrong with that. Here, Wagner Gomez will switch around to the right side as a switch hitter.
Yep, Gomez, probably the only switch hitter in the ICL. Played in the Reds organization.
As well as the Padres, I believe.
Batting .273 with 2 RBIs. Speaking of the Boston Padres, Eduardo Soto, who played for the Blue Sox for the first part of the year, now on the Boston Padres, who are in the Boston Park League Championship Series.
Did not know that. Good for him.
Runner goes. The pitch is fouled off. Hit and run was on there, and it's strike 1.
It's a good thing he made contact with that because he was going to be out by a mile at second base.
And speaking of the Boston Park League Championship Series, we'll have Game 4 of that series tomorrow night here on LSP starting at 7:40. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Santolo in the regular season was 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts, so yes, he is definitely not a stolen base threat. Check swing, it's outside, and it's 1-2. Definitely got him to think about it there. Some good late movement there.
Yeah, it's a good pitch right there.
Two-seamer.
Off the plate.
1-2, and a throw over to first, and Santolo back standing.
I'd argue that despite his numbers probably being slightly less than their 3 hitters, that Wagner Gomez is probably the biggest threat in their lineup.
He does have plenty of power. He checks his swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Drew. Nothing comes of the leadoff single after half an inning. Royals nothing. Blue Sox coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Dr. Thomas Russo General Dentistry. Here we are. Dr. Thomas Russo General Dentistry of Winchester is a proud supporter of the Lexington Blue Sox and the Intercity League. Dr. Russo and his dental staff offer a full range of dental services in their state-of-the-art office at 63 Shore Road in Winchester Center. Dr. Russo has been bringing high-quality and affordable dental care to his patients from Winchester and all its surrounding towns for 35 years. He regularly attends continuing education courses at Tufts, Harvard, and BU to keep up with the latest dental materials and procedures. Let Dr. Russo and his friendly staff provide you and your family with complete, comprehensive dental care. Call 781-721-4700. Here's the starting lineup that Toby Stern will face for the Lexington Blue Sox. Jeff Costello leading off in right field, followed by Jeff Figers behind the plate. Ross Curley is at short. Julian Alvarez is in left. Dan Graham is the DH. Dorian Rojas is at first. Justin Silvestro is at second. Thomas Russo is at third. And Josue Feliciano rounds out the lineup in center. Jeff Costello, again the ICL batting champion, leading things off here on the bottom of the first against the left-hander Toby Stern.
A little fell out there.
Stern did not face the Blue Sox in the regular season. Going with the high stirrups and the pitch. Up and in, and it pops off the mid of the catcher Collette for ball 1. Costello had a huge night last night, 2 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 doubles, and 3 RBIs, a stolen base, and a run scored. The 1-0. Taken up and away, 2-0. Costello on the series is batting .600. 3 for 5. Takes up and away, 3-0.
Yep, not a hot start from the Somerville starting pitcher here. Don't want to walk the first batter on 4 pitches.
And especially not Costello.
Right, with his speed. And he
And
does.
a 4-pitch walk issued to Jeff Costello.
Definitely a bold strategy.
And that could be a bad omen for Toby Stern and the Somerville Royals. Here's Jeff Vigers. Obviously, Jeff's a great bat. Like you've said before, Jeff's a great bat to have in the lineup. But do you think you might lay one down here? Or do you run Costello first?
Yeah, I'd probably let Costello try and take the bag on his own. I don't know if necessarily the out needs to be given up to get him in the scoring position.
On the outside corner for strike 1 to Vigsy, making his first appearance of the postseason. 3rd different catcher used by the Blue Sox in 3 games. Putty opened the series, Wojtek caught last night, and now here's Vigsy. Inside 1-1. You got that kind of a delayed delivery there by Stern. It's good for holding the runner. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 2.
Yeah, he's what you call a read guy. He'll lift his leg, read what the runner's doing, and then deliver the pitch.
Lefty against lefty. And the pitch, runner goes. Pitch is popped foul into the screen. Blue Sox haven't gotten much done in the first couple of innings at all, actually, in the first 2 games of the series. So to get the offense going from the get-go has been an important point that Rick DeAngelis has been making. As that comes to the inside corner for strike 3 to Vigsy, and there's 1 down. Vigsy doesn't like the call. Still arguing. So let's see. Here's Ross Curley. Let's see if he can pick up Vigsy. And once again, a car down the right field line with its lights on.
Yeah, it amazes me how few people, how little feel some people have out there. We actually had a car drive onto the field earlier.
Oh yeah, well it wasn't on the field; it's on the gravel path. Right, but that's still a danger if like a foul ball is being hit that way, for fielders chasing a foul ball.
Yeah, I mean you got to wonder who was behind that wheel.
Roscoe, as the runner goes, the pitch is a strike, throw down to second, not in time. It was high. It might have been a close play if the throw was on the button, but it was high. And a runner now in scoring position as Costello picks up his 3rd stolen base of the postseason. Ross batting .286 with 1 RBI in the first 2 games. And he smokes this one to left field, down for a base hit. Costello being waved around third. The throw to the plate from the left fielder, Campbell, is not in time. And advancing to second on the throw is Curley. Wow, that's a much closer play than we've seen this season for Costello coming home, but it's an RBI single for Ross, and the Blue Sox strike first and strike early. It's 1-0.
Not a strong throw there, but it was right on the money. He gave himself a chance.
So I'll bring up Julian Alvarez.
As we have another pair of lights on, we might ignore this one. We'll see.
Yeah. Alvarez 1 for 6 with a walk and a stolen base. And he takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for strike one. Throw over to first, and Ross is back. Ross got picked off last night at second.
That did happen.
Yep.
Must be in the scouting report.
He did have 5 steals in the regular season. Way up and away, 1-1. I don't know how many of them were of third, though.
Yeah. It's also never a good sign when your catcher is throwing it back harder than the pitcher is throwing it in.
Mm-hmm. Blue Sox have won 8 consecutive postseason games. As Julian smokes this one to left field, that's in for a base hit. Ross being waved around third. This might be another close play at the plate. The throw is in time. So Campbell gets one, didn't get the first one, he gets the second one. Viger's not happy with that call.
Love that about old Vigsy.
7-2. Now 2 out for Dan Graham. Well, it's been a good job by the Blue Sox Bears of picking up each other. Curley picked up Vigers. Let's see if Graham can pick up Alvarez. Or Curley, for that matter. As that's inside for ball 1. To Graham, who is 1 for 6 with a run scored. Way up and in, 2-0. A walk and 2 singles, but only 1 run home thus far for the Blue Sox. He pops this one up, and will this plunk into the bullpen? Look out, and we're good. 2-1.
Dan's been around a while. You know, the bright lights of the ICL playoffs won't be too much for him. Salty veteran that he is.
Yep, a litany of clutch hits in the postseason. I think the one I'll never forget out of all of them is that go-ahead grand slam when the Blue Sox were down their final out in Game 3 of the ICL Championship Series in 2013. They would have been down 2-1, but instead they finished up 2-1 and eventually won the series in a full 5. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4, and Graham walks. So let's see if Dorian Rojas can bring home a run. 4th base runner of the inning. Rojas, 2 for 7 with 2 runs scored. And he takes upstairs, ball 1. Twenty pitches already for Stern. Number 21 is outside, throw down to second. Close play, but Julian gets back in there. So hitters count here for Dorian. .21 pitches, only 9 for strikes for Stern.
Yeah, that's not good.
That gets in there, and it's 2-1. Blue Sox have had 2 singles and 2 walks in the inning. 1 runner thrown out at the plate. Dorian asked for time late, didn't get it. Takes low, ball 3. Shortstop Cameron playing swung over towards the left side there for the right-handed hitting Dorian Rojas. He smokes this down the left field line and foul. It's a full count. So the runners will be off with this next pitch. Blue Sox have one already, but you know they'd like to pad it a little more when you get a chance this early in the ball game.
Yeah, I definitely want to put them to sleep early.
Runners go. It's upstairs, ball 4.
Yeah, I don't know how many pitchers Somerville has left, but this is not pretty.
And already James McConville is going out there to the mound. Oh, excuse me, it's not James McConville, my bad. Royals pitching coach.
Is McConville the one that plays too?
McConville's the one that plays, yeah.
You may want to stick to coaching.
So here's Justin Silvestro, the 7th man to bat in the inning. Stroh playing second base tonight, and Russo back to third base. The positions were more familiar with them playing. Stroh 400 with 1 RBI. Blue Sox now have 16 hits this series, but only 2 of them are for extra bases. Down and away, ball 1.
Stroh started hitting a lot better towards the end of the season.
Yep. A lot of Blue Sox players coming on towards the end of the season. That catches the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Aaron Barboza is another example of a player that started to turn it around.
That's right. Julian, too.
Julian, too, yeah. And 1-1. Oh, that's a high strike, and it's 1-2. And the funny thing was, you know, Barboza started to turn around against Bill Sullivan, one of the best pitchers in the league. That is way high. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to call that one a strike.
Stroh really only needs to get one up the middle here. Doesn't have to do too much with it. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Stern gets out of the inning relatively unscathed. The Blue Sox send 7 men to the plate, and only one of them scores. After one complete, Blue Sox 1, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Andre Chiefs down 2-0 in their series with the Reading Bulldogs, letting some frustration out, up 5-0 in the bottom of the first.
I think we all thought it was a foregone conclusion it would be Lexington Andre in the final, but Reading putting up a fight in that series.
Yeah, it was stunning that they swept Watertown too, and now they're up 2 on the Chiefs, but the Chiefs not going away quietly. You know they can. And they can rattle off 3 in a row.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think
like
the Chiefs
that.
are still probably the favorite in the series, honestly.
So here's Sean Cameron, the shortstop, to lead things off, and he takes on the inside corner for strike 1. And once again, car with its lights on. 2 cars.
2 cars with their lights on and a softball in center field.
Cameron 0 for 8 this series. That's a ball, 1-1. Out of play, and it's 1-2. Stern threw 29 pitches in the first inning, only 13 for strikes, but only allowed the 1 run.
Yeah, I mean, he somehow wiggled his way out of that.
That is outside, 2-2. Meanwhile, Leanhout's 11 pitches, only 11 pitches and 8 for strikes last inning. Down and in, full count. This is into center field. Back goes Sway. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Sway tends to play very shallow center field, so he had to take a couple steps back and to his left on that one.
Bruce, what time was first pitch?
7-0 Andre now for those keeping score at home.
Jeez. Still batting in the first. Wow.
Yeah, Reading might just want to pack up at this point. Go get him tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, actually, not tomorrow because the old-time baseball game is going on. James McConville finds himself down 0-2. McConville 1 for 6 with a run scored in this series.
Somebody's getting up in the Somerville bullpen. Actually, no,
that's just Stern.
Just trying to figure his stuff out.
Yeah. That's down and in, 1-2.
Try and see if he can remember how to pitch.
On the outside corner, strike 3, and McConville is retired.
Good pitch right there on the corner.
Third strikeout for Drew, 2 down for Luke Ronke. Hey, Carter, you want to pass me the bug spray? Thank you. Getting bit on the calves there. Ronke, the right fielder, fouls this one off for strike 1. You want some?
I'm all set there.
Okay. Ronke 250 this postseason. Chops this one to the left side, foul as Russo fields it, and it is 0-2.
Who did?
Welch. Okay. Swinging it. Speaking of striking out to end the inning, there goes Ronke on 3 pitches, and the side is retired. 6 in a row retired by Leanhout's after the leadoff single after 1.5. Blue Sox 1, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Bottom of the second, with Russo, Feliciano, and Costello due up for the Blue Sox. Just talking to Matt Karras about the fact that Andre has a 7-0 lead on Reading in the after one inning. Now, there's two schools of thought. One, oh yeah, let's see Reading, sweep Andre, and then we'll maybe the job will be easier in the championship series. But if Andre wins, it's one more game both teams have to play. Russo takes strike one.
Yeah, it's likely an extra off day. I don't know how it works, but maybe.
Up and in, 1-1.
See if
Well,
Russo...
tomorrow is definitely an off day because
Right.
of the old-time baseball game. Friday they're supposed to play Game 4, but there's thunderstorms in the forecast on Friday.
See the pitch here.
Up and in, 2.
If they were to have gotten swept today and we swept today, would we have played the day after the off day tomorrow?
No, I'm pretty sure we would play. I'm pretty sure the championship series would start on Monday. As Russo grounds this one down the first base line. Kicked by Sintolo, and he can't get a clean throw over to the pitcher covering.
Wow.
So that's an E3.
So the championship series starts Monday regardless? No.
Not regardless. We don't know when it's going to start just yet because, with the rain and who knows, with the rain in the forecast on Friday and possibly, and, they could possibly go 5 games. We shall see, though.
Okay. So it would be Monday at the earliest?
Up and away as Sway looked to bunt one down, 1-0. Sway has no official at-bat thus far. He gets one down, but it's foul.
Boy, Sway really loves to bunt.
Oh, he does.
I wish I loved anything as much as Sway loves bunting.
And you would, too, if you drove in a championship-winning run on a suicide squeeze like he did a couple years ago.
I've heard about that.
But even when he's swinging, Sway's been hitting the ball hard lately.
Yeah, he has.
Now he squares, pops up the bunt down the first base line. It's going to be a tough play. Stern shovels, and they got him.
He had a very hard line out to center field. That was encouraging to see from him yesterday.
So, again, a runner in scoring position for the Blue Sox. And the lineup turns over for Jeff Costello, who walked on 4 pitches, leading off the bottom of the first, and eventually scored. And this is popped over the light tower out of play for strike 1.
Oh, dear.
Slipped out of his hands there, 1-1. Stern is still in high school, and which is why he's still eligible to play in the postseason despite only playing in 3 games, as that's upstairs 2-1. Russo at second, 1 down. Fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Had a good pitch to hit there. Just didn't quite get the barrel there.
Gomez in on the grass at third there. That's where he likes to play a lot. And Stern will hold as he spins towards second. .40 pitches already for Stern. Up and away, full count.
Boy, he's either right down the middle or way out of the zone. Doesn't seem to be much in between.
Payoff pitch to Costello. Here it is. And he pops it foul. Haven't had a whole lot of long at-bats by the Blue Sox, but Costello will now see a 7th pitch.
Does that make it harder for batters when a pitcher's so erratic and
They're throwing hard.
3-2 once again. Popped up. And it'll be the second baseman Johnson making the catch. You know, those are no gimmies as we've seen this series. You know, the game one winning run scored on an error by the shortstop Cameron. So Russo still at second, 2 down for Jeff Figers, who was called out on a controversial third strike.
Yeah, he did not like it.
And there it is again, missing way upstairs. And Stern with a nonchalant fake throw
with nobody covering
to second, and it was going to go into center field if he did let it go. This is ground to the right side.
That's
foul ball. 1-1. Leadoff error put Russo on first, sacrifice bunt by Sway, and then Costello popped up to shallow right.
It'd be nice to be able to get a 2-out hit here, take advantage of the error.
Misses inside,
That's
2-1.
the same pitch he struck out on too, so it's noteworthy.
Curveball, front door. Popped up, 2-2. Blue Sox got one in the first, only one though, despite loading the bases, and you know they got to take advantage of their opportunities to put this away as comfortably as possible. Outside, full count.
I think he was going to go ballistic if he called that a strike.
Full count. And the payoff pitch. And that hit him.
Still a ball, even if he leaned in, to whoever fan is arguing that.
So first and second, that brings up Ross, who has the only RBI of the ball game thus far. And that was on an 0-1 pitch. It was not on purpose, kids. I don't know, if it's going to be on purpose, it's got to be thrown a lot harder than that, and especially not on a 3-2 count. Ross was thrown out at the plate after singling, getting on base with the RBI single. And he smokes this one, gobbled up by Gomez. He will beat Russo to the bag at third for the out that retires the side. So the Blue Sox have left 5 through the first 2 innings. And after 2 complete, Blue Sox 1, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. You can also subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. One run, 2 hits, no errors, and 5 men left for the Blue Sox. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left for the Royals as we play the top of the third with Adam Johnson, Nick Valdario, and Jake Santolo due up.
And judging by the number of pitches that the Somerville starting pitcher has thrown in the bullpen between innings, he knows he's been getting lucky. He's lucky to have given up only 1 run through 2 innings.
Ball 1 to Adam Johnson, the second baseman. Fouled off, and it's 1-1. Johnson 2 for 11 with 1 RBI, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts this series, this postseason rather. This is smoke down the left field line, just out in front of it, and it's 1-2. That's the hardest hit ball I think we've seen today.
Yep.
By either side. Maybe Ross's single, but that was on the ground, so the 1-2. Grounder to short. Speaking of Ross, on to first. Low throw, but good scoop by Dorian for out number 1. Four strikeouts through 2 1/3 for Leanhout, so clearly Leanhout's on his game. Retired 7 in a row since the leadoff single. And that was on the first pitch at that.
That's right. There's also a little bloop in the no man's land.
Here's Nick Valdario, the center fielder. 1 for 11 with 5 strikeouts.
And taking a lot of time to get into the batter's box.
Inside corner at the knees for strike 1. Misses for ball 1, though that looked good. What is it like as a hitter when you see pitchers getting calls or not getting calls like the first 2 pitches we've seen? How do you adjust?
I mean, you just got to adjust to whatever the umpire's strike zone is. I mean, ultimately, you don't want to get too far out of your game and try and expand too much if he's calling balls that just calling strikes that aren't strikes. But at the same time, really, it comes into play with 2 strikes. You know, before 2 strikes, you just want to make sure you get something to hit. But when there's 2 strikes, you got to know what the umpire's going to call.
Breaking ball nearly hits him, and it's a full count. But that spot he hit on the 2 strikes in this at-bat, that's a spot he can live all night.
I would think so.
Down and in at the knees.
Yeah.
He tries to hit it there, but misses low, and the Royals have their second base runner of the night. Lineup turns over for Jake Santolo, who led off the ball game with a first pitch bloop single, which is thus far the only hit for the Royals. So that ends a string of 7 in a row retired by Leanhouts. Runner goes, pitches a strike, and they got him.
Delayed steal there.
Well, Dario's got good speed, so that was closer than I'm sure we thought it would be, but 2 down.
Great throw right on the bag there.
I love how Jeff can get so much on his throws like that without even popping out of his crouch.
Yeah, Jeff's got a lot of arm strength for sure. I noticed that taking throws down from him at second base. He's got a lot of arm strength.
0-2 as Santolo barely gets a piece of that one, so that erases the walk. In the dirt. Santolo's a smart hitter, so you know you won't get him fishing at those all the time. Upstairs, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Leanhouts, and the side is retired. After 2.5, Blue Sox 1, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox Baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Bottom of the third as the Blue Sox look to make a little more noise here offensively. We were talking about how they had been quiet, the first couple of innings, the first 2 games of the series. And then, they get 1 run in the first, but then they leave the bases loaded, leave 2 more on the second. Let's see what Julian Alvarez can do here as he takes low, ball 1. Alvarez singled and nearly brought Curley home, but he was thrown out on that play. He smokes this one into left field, and that will get down in front of the left fielder Campbell for a base hit. So Julian is 2 for 2.
He's been hitting the ball a lot harder lately.
His only home run this year with the Blue Sox came in the Tournament of Champions. Didn't have one in the regular season, hasn't had one in the postseason yet. So here's Dan Graham. Walked his first time up. Blue Sox have 3 singles. And Danny gets plunked. That's the second hit batsman for the Blue Sox. And James McConville now coming out. Like you said, Jake, it's amazing, Stern only finds himself down 1-0.
And he's gone now.
Oh my God, wow. And Jake Amorello is going to take over, and Stern is done after 2 innings, allowing just 1 run and 3 hits, but clearly James McConville feels a change is in order. Pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School, Lexington, Mass. Blue Sox 1, Royals 0. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:40 p.m. with Game 4 of the Boston Park League Championship Series between the Padres and TJO Sports. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. So Jake Amorello pitching in his second consecutive game. Pitched inning and 2/3 last night in relief of Jonathan Richard. Here's Dorian Rojas, the first to greet him. Walked his first time up, and he takes on the outside corner, strike 1. So the line on Toby Stern, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run thus far, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 2 hit batsmen, 53 pitches, 25 for strikes. And that misses outside. 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's 2-1. Does an early pitching change impact a hitter's approach as much as a late pitching change?
Well, I can tell you one thing from my experience in college, that
as this is grounded to the left side, Gomez has it, will tag out Julian, throw to first, and it's out of play! Actually, did Julian avoid the tag? Wow! So Julian actually avoided the tag of Gomez. James McConville saying that Julian was out of the baseline, but to no avail, so everybody is safe.
Yeah, Gomez not a natural third baseman. He was a catcher in pro ball, so that's a play you just got to go 5-4-3 on.
And now James McConville wants to argue the call. What definitely won't be argued is there being runners at second and third. The question is Julian's run going to score? So it looks like that's the end of that argument. And it will be 2-0 on the E5. There's Justin Silvestro. Infield is in, and he grounds this one to the right side. Diving stop by the second baseman Johnson. Throws to first, and the runners will get back safely. So the infield plays it perfectly. And now Thomas Russo will step to the plate. Reached on an error his first time up. I'm sure that's not how the Blue Sox envision picking up their run, but
no, it's not.
They'll take it.
Yeah, we will. I mean, if they're going to hand us a run, we'll take it.
That's on the outside corner to Roos for strike one. Couldn't quite get it through the right side, Silvestro, and another lefty in Russo. And he grounds this one to the right side. They're going to come home with it, and he is out.
I think his foot was actually in there, but the ball beat him, so he's probably just going to call him out anyway.
So fielder's choice, the play goes 4-2 at home. And the Blue Sox have another run thrown out on the bases. Now first and third. Two out. And now here's Josue Feliciano. Bizarre inning. One hit, a hit batsman, and an error. And that is on the outside corner. Strike one. I misspoke. It's actually first and second, not first and third. And Sway grounds this one to the shortstop. Cameron flips over to Johnson, and the side is retired. And once again, the Blue Sox have a big opportunity to break the game open, but are unsuccessful. They get one, but that's it. After three complete, Blue Sox 2, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Dr. Thomas Russo, General Dentistry of Winchester, is a proud supporter of the Lexington Blue Sox and the Intercity League. Dr. Russo and his dental staff offer a full range of dental services in their state-of-the-art office at 63 Shore Road in Winchester Center. Dr. Russo has been bringing high-quality and affordable dental care to his patients from Winchester and all its surrounding towns for 35 years. He regularly attends continuing education courses at Tufts, Harvard, and BU to keep up with the latest dental materials and procedures. Let Dr. Russo and his friendly staff provide you and your family with complete comprehensive dental care. Call 781-721-4700.
Still 7-0, 7-1.
Now 7-1 as Reading gets on the board in the other semifinal, Game 3. Bottom of the after 3 innings, and we are now in the 4th. As this is swung on, missed by Brian Campbell for strike 1. Campbell struck out swinging his first time up in the 1st.
Nice daddy hack there on a no count.
This is ground to the right side. Nice block there by Dorian, and he steps on the bag for out number 1. That'll bring up John Collette, who flew out to center on 1 pitch in the 1st inning, and he takes upstairs ball 1. What goes through a pitcher's mind when, you're pitching well, and your offense, has you a small lead and they've had these opportunities? Like, do you feel like you have to shoulder more of a load, or do you just have to pitch your game? Or
I think ultimately I'm not a pitcher, so it's hard for me to say, but if I were a pitcher...
This is popped foul and out of play.
The only time my approach would really change if I was up by a significant amount. And at that point, that's when you just start trying to pound the zone with fastballs, basically.
Yep.
But ultimately, outside of that scenario, you're probably just pitching the same way.
No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 man left. 1 man left for the Royals. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 7 men left for the Blue Sox. And good breaking ball in the front door for strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 for Drew, and there's 2 down. At the same time, if you're the offense, you can't necessarily think, oh, he's on cruise control, we're fine. You still gotta play. You feel like you gotta play it like it's a tie game, basically.
Yeah, definitely. This guy here, if somebody's on in front of him, he could hit a 2-run home run at any time and tie the ball game. So you gotta add some insurance for sure.
Although a home run would not tie the ball game in this situation, as Gomez is 0 for 1. As this is a little nubber to the left side. It's a bare hand by Russo, and he nearly threw it away, but a good save there by Rojas to keep it in play. And a great effort by Russo, certainly.
Yeah, very good bid there.
It is an infield single, and now the tying run comes to the plate. Sean Cameron, who has flied out to center in his only at-bat thus far. And this is smoked out of the reach of Curley into center field for a base hit. Gomez will hold at second, throw back to second, but he gets back. And there again is the first pitch swinging by the Royals. Back-to-back singles after the first 2 were retired. And here's James McConville. Struck out looking his first time up, looking to help his team's cause. He takes down an in ball 1, good block by Vigsy. First real pressure cooker here that Drew's been in tonight. And he grounds this one to the left side. Curley scoops, fires to first in time. And the side is retired. So just like that, the 2-out rally is squelched. After 3.5, we're halfway home. Still Blue Sox 2, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. We go to the top of the bottom of the fourth, rather, with the top third of the order due up for the Blue Sox: Costello, Vigers, and Curley.
Good opportunity to add some insurance here. I'm sure Drew would appreciate it.
On the outside corner for strike one to Costello, who is 0 for 1. Walked, stole a base, and scored in the first, popped up to second in the second. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's 1-1.
Neither pitcher seems to have had any command of their breaking ball.
That's down and away, 2-1. Morello comes set, the pitch. Misses inside, 3-1. Another walk would be nice, certainly. Three-one. Outside, ball 4, and we'll see if Costello will be running here. In this situation, when it's only a 2-run game, you got to create offense any way you can. You got the right guy on first for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've said it before, I'm not a huge bunt guy, but if you do want to lay down a bunt, I'd have Costello try and swipe a bag first and then bunt him to third.
Bigsy does not square it. It's upstairs for ball 1. Costello didn't even threaten to run either.
Although this pitcher is fairly quick to home plate, so we'll see.
This is skied into right center field. In comes Ronke. He slides and he makes the catch. So a tough break there for Bigsy. Can't advance to the runner, and that brings up Ross Curley. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. The pitch, runner goes as a smoke to Gomez. He throws to second. They got the force at second, and they turn the double play.
Oh, nice play there.
Wow. They snuff out the hit and run with a double play around the horn. 5-4-3. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 4 complete, still Blue Sox 2, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts, as you can see, are available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top of the 5th, bottom third of the order due up for the Royals here. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 men left for the Royals. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 7 men left for the Blue Sox. Luke Ronke will lead things off. He struck out his first time up. Looking to bunt his way on, pops it foul, and it's strike 1. Well, we talk about creating offense. When you're down 2 in an elimination game, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Ronke, Johnson, and Valdario due up. And he pops this one up into foul ground. Dorian giving it a look, out of play. 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count.
Good pitch.
On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Ronke goes down strikes for the second time. 7 strikeouts for Leanhouse. And there's 1 down for Adam Johnson, the second baseman. Johnson grounded out to short his first time up, leading off the third. And that misses upstairs, ball 1. Blue Sox up 2-0, but could easily be up by a lot more than that. They've had a base runner in every inning, but they've had way too many outs on the bases. As this is into left field, and that's down in front of Alvarez for a base hit.
Gets by Alvarez.
It gets by Alvarez. On his way to second is Johnson. So again, the tying run comes to the plate for the Royals, and it's going to be Nick Valdario who drew a walk his first time up. 7-1 Chiefs, bottom of the 4th in their game. That's low for ball 1. And I'm talking about the Chiefs and the Bulldogs series. You got to figure that the schedule favors the Chiefs, because I was talking about, the automatic day off tomorrow, as this is swung on, missed strike 1. It's probably going to be a day off Friday because of the forecast. Saturday, the ICL usually doesn't play. That's going to give the Chiefs 3 extra days to rest their pitchers, who were definitely overworked the first 2 games. This is chopped to the left side, but this will be foul, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Andre's got a couple decent starters, so if they can get them on,
to say the least.
Rest.
Yep. Although Frenny has not been the invincible force that he has been in the past. He went 8 1/3 innings, but the Bulldogs chased him. He allowed 6 hits. He's not like he's thrown 1-hit shutouts left and right, although he did have a no-hitter.
I remember we faced him. I remember him having a very good changeup.
Oh, yeah. Fastball, changeup, curveball. Some of the best you've ever seen in the Intercity League from Frenny. This is chopped to the left side. Curley on 1 hop. Fires to first. Gets the speedy Valdario for out number 2. Advancing to third is Johnson. And the lineup turns over for Jake Santolo. He's got a single and a strikeout to his credit in 2 at-bats. Blue Sox will have the middle third of the order due up in the bottom of the 5th. And Santolo takes down in ball 1. Drew's gotten that front door curveball a couple times, but as of late, I've been missing pretty low with it.
Yeah, better to miss low than high with it, though.
Oh, of course. As that fastball was outside, and it's 2-0. Hitters count for Santolo. He represents the tying run. He takes on the outside corner, 2-1.
Good pitch there. Maybe even been a little bit off, but still a great spot.
Yeah, he pops this one out. This is going to be a tough play down the right field line, but it hooks. It goes foul. Look, that was going to be in no man's land if that stayed fair, because Costello was way off the line, well over towards center field. As it stands, 2-2. Santolo a bit late on that one. Santolo against the Blue Sox in the regular season was only 1 for 11 with an RBI. Two. Popped up again into right field. Costello chasing towards the line. That will be out of his reach as he dives for it. Foul. Well, you can't say the Blue Sox defense isn't putting in an effort behind Leanhouse, that's for sure.
Yeah, when you see somebody pitching as as hard as he is, then you definitely want to pick him up on defense.
Even on the first pitch of the game, that bloop single by Sintolo, Sway laid out for it, didn't make the catch, but he kept it in front of him, and obviously Leanhouse took it the rest of the way that inning without having to worry about the runner advancing. Johnson at third, 2-2, 2 out. This is smoked into right center field. Is going to get down for a base hit. One run's going to score. Goes all the way to the walls. It gets past Costello. Sintolo on his way to second. He's on his way to third. The throw to third is backed offline. It's backed up. It's a RBI triple for Sintolo, and now the tying run is 90 feet away.
I think Jeff knows he's got to take a better route to that ball to keep him to second base, even first base. Something he'll learn as he gets older.
Sintolo picks up his second RBI of the postseason. And now a base hit for Brian Campbell would tie this game. Campbell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first. And he swings at the first pitch and comes up empty for strike one. Well, now you know the Blue Sox offense is going to have to hit with a purpose next half inning.
Yeah.
Even if the tying run doesn't come in this half inning, there's got to be some anger behind the swings of the Blue Sox offense.
Good work by Vigsy there.
1-1. Vigsy, one of the best at blocking low pitches. Blue Sox have to do a better job of working the count, too. In the first 2 innings, he's worked. Amarella's only thrown 8 pitches each. Strike 2.
Very good job of receiving that pitch right there, also from Vigsy.
After making Stern throw over 20 pitches in each of his first 2 innings. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout there for Drew Leanhouse. He has 8 now. Royals get 1, but they leave the tying run at third. And after 4.5, Blue Sox 2, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP.
I'm going to sign off in case they need me. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
No problem. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. You can also subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. Well, I want to thank Jake Wilsey for joining me in the booth for the first portion of this game. Julian Alvarez takes ball 1. Jake has now retreated to the Blue Sox dugout in case the need arises for him to make an appearance as a skide into center field. Valdario camping under it, makes the catch, and a quick out. Julian is retired for the first time tonight, 1 down. Blue Sox, like I said, got to do a better job of making Amarillo work. 8 pitches in each of his first 2 innings. 17 pitches. That's going to be 18 pitches, 10 for strikes. Here's Dan Graham. He takes down and away ball 1. Graham has no official at-bat thus far. He's been walked and hit by a pitch. That runs inside, and it's 2-0. Both of those at-bats, both those plate appearances, rather, came against Toby Stern. 3-0 now. Up and in, ball 4. And the Blue Sox have a base runner. I'll bring up Dorian Rojas. Rojas walked in the first, reached on an error in the third. And he takes strike 1. Way outside, 1-1. Blue Sox 1 in the first, 1 in the third. That's been all their scoring. And they've left 7 men tonight. Royals got 1 back here in the top half of this inning. As that misses, 2-1. Dorian stumbled a little bit holding up on that one, and he was rewarded. There's action in the Blue Sox bullpen. Amarillo comes set. The pitch way outside. 3-1. Looks like Rob DeFranco's warming. This is into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Graham's around second, and now we will get back to second safely. First and second is that's just the 4th hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. Looked like that was going to travel a little further than it did off the bat, but Graham was definitely thinking about third, but he has to hold. Now here's Justin Silvestro. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to second. And that catches the inside corner for strike 1. Amarillo looking to roll another double play ball. He got 1 last inning. Can he get 1 here? And that hits him! That's the 3rd hit batsman of the night for Royals pitching. The Blue Sox have the bases loaded. One out for Thomas Russo as the corner infielders come in. And Russo with a chance to break this game wide open, looking for that big hit the Blue Sox have been craving all night. And he holds up on a high one for ball 1. Just high, but it's definitely the right call. 1-0. Russo skies this one into left center field. Back goes Campbell, and he will make the catch. Tagging from third is Graham. He will score standing up. A sacrifice fly and an RBI, and it is now 3-1. The Blue Sox at least get the run back. And now Josue Feliciano. And he grounds this one to the left side. Over the head of Gomez! Into left field! Around third is Rojas. He will score, and the Blue Sox are up 4-1. First pitch swinging by Feliciano. And now Jeff Costello. He's drawn 2 walks, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Blue Sox extend their lead to the largest it's been tonight, 3. He grounds this one to the left side. Cameron throws to second for the force of Feliciano that retires the side. The Blue Sox get 2 runs on 2 hits and leave 2. After 5 complete, Blue Sox 4, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. One defensive change for the Blue Sox as Chris Ruocco takes over at second base for Justin Silvestro. Heart of the order due up for the Royals here in the top of the 6th as they look to claw back into this. And this is smoked into shallow left center, and this will get down for a base hit. Sway bobbles it initially, but recovers. Leadoff man aboard for the Royals. Sound like a broken bat, too. And that'll bring up Wagner Gomez. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Leanhouse delivers. Swing and a miss at a pitch down and in the dirt for strike 1. Down and away, 1-1. Pop foul to the right now to play, and it's 1-2. Gomez, 273 this postseason with 2 RBIs. He is a career .365 hitter in the regular season, and he takes strike 3 called on the inside corner. 1 down. Nine strikeouts now for Drew Leanhouse. And that'll bring up Sean Cameron, 1 for 2 with a single. He pops this one up, and that's going to get out of play for strike 1. Well, the Blue Sox haven't really had a big inning per se, but the 2 runs they just picked up in the bottom of the 5th will give Drew some much-needed breathing room, at least for now. Cameron smokes this one to center field on his horse's sway, and he makes the catch on the run for the out. James McConville will step to the plate. The Royals actually have more hits than the Blue Sox at this point, but they're trailing 4-1 as that's fouled off for strike 1. Royals have 6. The Blue Sox have 5. But the Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning. This is popped foul, and it's 0-2. 0-2 to the player manager, McConville. Leanhouse comes set. The pitch, fouled straight back. In the bottom of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Vigers, Curley, and Alvarez due up as they look to pad the lead a little more and perhaps prevent it from being a save situation in the top of the 7th. Misses outside, ball 1. Again, I'd like to thank Jake Wilsey for joining me in the booth earlier tonight. Popped up into right field towards the line. Costello chasing. Makes the catch on the run in foul territory for the out. That retires the side. Blue Sox 3 defensive outs away from advancing to the ICL Championship Series for the 11th consecutive year. After 5.5, Blue Sox 4, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:40 p.m. with Game 4 of the Boston Park League Championship Series between the Boston Padres and TGO Sports. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live and stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th. Here's Jeff Vigers to lead things off. 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second and flew out to right in the 4th. Blue Sox only have 5 hits to go with their 4 runs. They've left 9. And Vigers slaps this the other way into left field for a base hit. So that'll bring up Ross Curley. Ross is 1 for 3. RBI single in the first, fielder's choice in the second, 5-4-3 double play in the fourth. And he takes on the outside corner, strike one. Ross smokes this one into right center field, and this is going to be caught on the run by the right fielder, Ronke. Retreating to first is Vigers. Looked like that was going to be a sure extra base hit, but it hung up long enough for Ronke to run it down. Tailed towards him as well. So one down, that brings up Julian Alvarez, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored. And he takes up and away, ball one. And Alvarez pops this one up into shallow right center. Turning around is Johnson. And now it'll be the right fielder, Ronke, coming in to make the catch. 2 down, and so much for the Blue Sox trying to work the pitcher. First pitch swinging, second pitch swinging, second pitch swinging. Runner on first, 2 down, and here is Dan Graham. Graham has no at-bat tonight. He's walked twice and been hit by a pitch. And he looks at strike one. Great for the on-base percentage, that's for sure. And time is called. In the top of the 7th, when the Royals will be down to their final 3 outs of the season, as that misses down and in 1-1, they will have the bottom third of the order, Ronke, Johnson, and Valdario due up. Upstairs, 2-1. 7-2 Chiefs over the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 5th of their game. The 2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1. Down and away. And Graham walks for the 3rd time tonight. Bulldogs starting to claw back into it, and they're now down 7-3 in the 6th. They're down 7-0 in the 1st. As Dorian limps a little bit looking at that pitch for ball one. Dorian is 1 for 2, walked in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. And he smokes this one up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. Being waved around third is Vigers, and he will score standing up. And there is a big insurance run for the Blue Sox. It's 5-1. That'll bring up Chris Ruaco getting his first at-bat of the ball game. And he takes outside ball one. Ruaco inserted defensively in the top half of this inning for Justin Silvestro. And Stroh finishes his night 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. He takes a look at one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Collette, and up to second and third go Rojas and Graham. A wild pitch. And now a hitter's count for Ruaco to perhaps extend the lead even further. He swings and misses, however, and it's 2-1. He had a good pitch to hit there, but was behind it. Way outside, 3-1. Three-one. Low ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Looks like we're going to have another guest commentator as Dane DeLagro has agreed to join us in a little bit. Dane, of course, a former Lexington High basketball star and former Blue Sox bat boy. The world's tallest bat boy. Here's Thomas Russo. Had a RBI sacrifice fly his last time up. Takes strike 1. Dane also now plays pro ball in Italy. 0-1 to Russo. And he hits this one into right center field. This has some carry, and this is going to be off the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. Here comes a third. It is 8-1, a bases clearing double for Thomas Russo, and that could be the final nail in the coffin for the Somerville Royals this season. Russo picks up 3 RBIs, his second, third, and fourth RBIs of the ball game. And Josue Feliciano takes down and away ball 1. Sway singled his last time up, also laid down a sacrifice bunt earlier. He takes up and away 2-0. A huge hit there for Thomas Russo. As that misses below the knees, 3-0. And it looks like we've just had an ejection of a Somerville player. And and the gentleman who was just ejected says he's going to take his time. So 3-0 to Feliciano as we resume play. And that misses down and in for ball 4. First and second now. And that's going to bring James McConville out to the mound.
All right, Sam, what do we got?
All right, Carter, you're going to have to move. All right, oh, yep, sure. All right, Dan DeLagro joining us at the in the quote-unquote booth right now. I'll plug you in just a second. Give me a second. Just gotta switch the microphone feed. So it must be nice to come back to your old stomping grounds and see the Blue Sox once again doing what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bat boy back in '98. I mean, not much has changed. Rick's teams have always been dominant in this league, and like I said, not much has changed. Here we are.
1-0 the count to Jeff Costello. He's the 9th man to bat in the inning. Costello 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Up and away, 2-0. So, you know, we talked to Mike Hart the other night about how he managed to get his gig playing semi-pro ball in Canada. Tell us about how you got signed by your team in Italy.
Well, after Lexington, I went to Worcester Academy Prep School for a year. Put on about 20, 15 pounds of muscle. Luckily, I was awarded with a full ride to UNH for basketball. Started my freshman year.
Down the third base line, fair ball being waved around third is Russo. Holding at second is Feliciano, and an RBI single for Costello, and it's 9-1. But go ahead.
Started all 4 years, and then, I mean, I didn't really plan on playing professional basketball, but once I got done, they said, hey, you're good enough, you can play. I was in the NBA draft in 2011. Obviously was not drafted. And my agent found a team in Italy, and that was 6 years ago. So.
Ain't been there ever since?
I played in Israel for a year, tore my ACL that season, so I never went back. But it's been a fun ride. It's a miracle that people still pay me to exercise. It's
wouldn't we all love that privilege? Looks like we're going to have another pitching change for the Royals, and I think it's more than just a straight pitcher change. Looks like we've got some other positions being shuffled around as Adam Johnson, who is the second baseman, is now on the mound. And this I'm sure there's a tough way for Somerville's season to end. They were hanging in there competitively for so long, and like Blue Sox were left 9 men on base up to this point, and for them to break out here with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th and looking for more, this must feel really good for the Blue Sox and also for you as a fan and a Blue Sox alumnus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have all the rings. I wasn't there for all the years to be the bat boy, but just to be here is a special thing. Rick is a very dear friend to my family, and he's almost a godfather to me. And I like to be here and show my support. Ross Curley obviously was on my basketball team.
Yep.
High school.
Actually, there's this one moment that I'm reminded of now that you guys played together. It was in you played Lexington 4 years, then did a post-grad at Worcester.
That's right.
Okay, so it was in the 2006 sectional tournament. I believe it was the game against East Boston. This is the one where Ross gets like knocked out silly.
I remember.
Gets bloodied up and then comes back.
Yep.
Can you walk us through? Through that game and like the reaction the crowd gave? I remember Matt Reynolds' reaction when on the commentary because I was working in the truck that evening. But
I equate this moment to when Paul Pierce came back after
in the finals.
Yes. Ross Curley is a tough, gritty guy who works hard, does not know pain, and is just willing to sacrifice his body for the greater good of the team.
And you're totally not saying this because he's 20 feet to your left right now.
He's a guy. He's a glue guy. He's a guy you want. He's a guy I want next to me in battle. So, I wasn't surprised by that situation, but I was definitely proud. So, he's a guy that will always be by our side no matter what's going on.
Just heard that Reading has now cut it to 7-5 against Andre. It's well, like I said, Andre was up 7-0, and Reading clawing it back 5 unanswered. But you gonna be around as this is into center field, down for a base hit, being waved around third is Feliciano. He will score 10-1. And it looks like Sal Frelick is going to pinch hit for Ross Curley.
So I leave on Friday for Italy. Actually.
Oh darn!
So this is my final days here. I'm spending
I hope you'll at least tune in to watch the to watch the.
Of course, you'll definitely have an
postseason.
audience all the way overseas.
Oh yeah, and to think the as is popped up by Sal Frelick, as Gomez comes in towards the mound, does not make the play.
Rough night for Somerville.
But yeah, obviously with the time difference, it'll be 2 in the morning, I think, by the time the game is on the air in Italy.
I try to hit the sheets by about 4 a.m., so I should catch a good significant chunk of that game.
Okay. Well, we'd love to. Well, drop us a comment in the in the stream when it's live.
Of course.
Let us know you're tuning in. Connor Green takes strike 1. He actually didn't drop that. It fell away from him, but oh yeah, okay, so that is an error. Base is loaded. Connor fouls this one off, and it's 0-2.
I almost parked right there. That would have been bad.
Yeah, there's a very specific place I park my car every game that I know is out of reach of the foul balls.
The walk is always worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, it's not even that far away. It's just over past the crosswalk. That's up the middle through for a base hit. Being held at third is
what's the
Vigers, and now Costello scores. There is no mercy rule in the ICL.
No skunks.
We should know because we beat these guys 17-1 earlier this season.
Man. I better be careful. This keeps going. Rick might put me in. He's been talking about it for years now.
Here's Jake Wilsey, my former color commentator. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. Wilsey walked in his only plate appearance last night. That was the that swung on miss for strike 2. That was the plate appearance where I thought that tough strike call on him was strike 3, and then I thought Dorian had walked, and then turns out it was Jake who walked the whole time, and then Dorian was then up. So 0-2 the count to Jake. The pitch popped up, foul over the screen.
You gonna get this in?
No, thank you.
You can reach that.
No, I can't. I'm not Stretch Armstrong. That's in the bullpen. Remains 0-2.
I had faith. I thought you were going for that one.
You have more faith in me than I do, man. I mean, the closest I think there was like one game I think I've ever worked here where a foul ball came so close to hitting me.
Wow.
This is smoked into center field, but this will hang up long enough for Valdaria to make the catch. The side is retired. The damage has been done. The Blue Sox 3 outs away from advancing to the ICL Championship Series. Blue Sox 11, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to mute your microphone, man. Just press the button on it. Yep. Okay, there you go. Is it blinking? Yeah, okay, it's muted. Sweet. All right.
Tim, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot, Dane, for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
Yep. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top of the 7th as the Blue Sox look to put the finishing touches on another impressive victory. 11-1, they lead here in the top of the 7th. Still 7-5, Andre in that game with Reading. Luke Rocky to lead things off, and the pitch is missing for ball 1. Rocky's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Bunch of changes for the Lexington Blue Sox. Jeff Blount is the new pitcher. That misses upstairs 2-0. They appeal, he did not go, and it's 2-0. Jeff Blount, the new pitcher. Derlin Tejeda takes over behind the plate. Sal Frelick now in at short, and Connor Green now in at left. This is chopped towards the Blue Sox dugout, and it's 2-1. The Blue Sox have been walking the tightrope for much of the game. Got to a 4-1 lead. They're only up 2-1 entering the bottom of the 5th. Got 2 in that half inning, as that misses 3-1. And then exploded last half inning for 7 runs on 6 hits and 1 Somerville error. Blount with the 3-1. That's low for ball 4. Blount not happy with that pitch. Not with the call, just with the release there. And that'll bring up Adam Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 2, has scored what is thus far the Royals' only run. A swing and a miss at a heavy fastball for strike 1. As a solid pop of the mitt of Derlin Tejeda. This is skied foul to the right. Chasing is Costello, but it's out of play. And it's 0-2. Blue Sox on their way to their 9th consecutive postseason win. And 11th of their last 12. Dating back to last year. Down low, 1-2. Blue Sox await the winner of the Bulldogs Chiefs series. Popped foul to the right, also out of play. Last check. What inning are the Bulldogs and Chiefs in? Bottom 6. All right, so the Bulldogs and the Chiefs in the bottom of the 6th. And the Chiefs got 7 runs in the bottom of the first of that game, as popped foul. Remains 1-2. Johnson not going quietly here. Sprinklers going on in the field behind us. Hopefully it doesn't affect this game as we try to wrap it up. This is lined past the third baseman, Russo, into left field for a base hit. So the first 2 men aboard for the Royals as they try to make a little bit of noise as they're down to their final 3 outs. Lineup to be up to Nick Valdario. Valdario 0 for 1 with a walk. Royals have 6 hits thus far, as that misses for ball 1. Blount having a tough time. That is down and away, 2-0. So saying the Chiefs scored 7 in the bottom of the first in their game, but Bulldogs 5 unanswered. They lead that series 2-0. Strike 1, 2-1. Reached for and fouled away, 2-2. This would be it's going to be end up being the longest of the 3 games the Blue Sox and Royals have played this series. And that hits him. And Matt Karras is going to go out to the mound, have a word with Jeff Blout. Blout got the save. Blout got the save on Monday night, but not showing that having a harder time putting batters away here. He's walked a man, allowed a single, and has now hit a man. See, there will be action behind Blout in the bullpen. You know, it's a 10-run game, but it's now 8-5 Andre in the 6th.
No, it's top 7.
Top 7, excuse me.
Redding's out hit him 10-9.
Wow. Redding's out hit Andre 10-9, but they find themselves down 3. Jake Santolo will step to the plate for the 4th time tonight, 2 for 3 with a single, a triple. Also has an RBI. Up and in, 2-0. Feeling if Jeff doesn't get Santolo here, that's going to be it for him. Rob DeFranco was warming earlier. This is chopped to the left side. Silvestro will fire to first. Now, did he get the force at third? So he did get the force at third. So it's a double play, 5-3. 1 run scores, and now the Royals are down to their final out of the season. It'll be up to Brian Campbell. And Campbell takes upstairs ball 1. Campbell 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. The pitch, grounder up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Being waved around third is Valdario. He will get there with his good speed, and it's 11-3. RBI single for Campbell. Credit the Royals for not folding here. They're still chipping away. And that'll bring up John Collette, who hits a little looper to the right side, out of the reach of the second baseman, Ruaco, into right field. So 3 hits, a walk, and a hit batsman, 2 runs this inning. And now looks like the power's going to come to the plate, and Wagner Gomez. Gomez 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. 11-3 our score. And that misses for ball 1. Gomez, the 7th man to bat in the inning. He takes outside, 2-0. Again, this is not what we saw from Blout the other night in his save. That's in there for strike 1, 2-1. And this is the first time the Blue Sox have seen Gomez hit from both sides of the plate in the same game. That's on the inside corner. Royals down to their final strike tonight and for 2017. Blout comes set. The 2-2 runs way inside, nearly drills him, and it's a full count. Blue Sox exploded for 7 runs. As it's down and in, ball 4. 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th. But now the bases are loaded again for the Royals. And Rick DeAngelis, I believe, has seen enough of Jeff Blout. So we have a pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Blue Sox 11, Royals 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. New pitcher for the Blue Sox is Borja Jones Barasaluthe, making his first appearance of the postseason. Borja in the regular season made 6 appearances, was 1-1 with a 3.29 ERA. In 17 innings, he allowed 16 hits, 12 runs, 8 of which were earned, walked 4, and struck out 11. He was the starter for the game in which the Royals were up 5-1 late in the game for the Blue Sox, put together their largest scoring inning of the year. This is into center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Being held at third is Campbell. It's now 11-4. Collette was held at third. Cameron gets the single. Base is still loaded. Royals trying to mount a comeback here, an improbable one at that. It would seem. Here's James that's not McConville, excuse me. We have a pinch hitter. Oh, excuse me. Greg Spiliotis. At bat, Greg Spiliotis, 1-0 the count, and he takes ball 2, 2-0. Not like the Blue Sox not liking that call. The 9th man to bat in the inning, Spiliotis, takes a strike, 2-1. "27 pitches, only 13 for strikes for Jeff Blout." Oh man, yeah. Bring up the debate again. Have the Blue Sox batted around? Have the Royals batted around? This is to Freelick at short. Underhands to second for the force. The ball game is over, and the Blue Sox are advancing to the Intercity League Championship Series for the 11th consecutive year. So in a game that took 2 hours and 5 minutes, the winning pitcher is Drew Leanhouse. He is 1-0 on the postseason. The losing pitcher is Toby Stern. He is 0-1 on the postseason. No save. The final totals for the Somerville Royals, their season ends 4 runs, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, 3 errors, and 8 men left. For the Lexington Blue Sox, 11 runs, 8, 9, 11 hits, no errors, and 12 men left. So with the win, the Blue Sox again advance to the Intercity League Championship Series for the 11th consecutive year, where they will face either the Andre Chiefs or the Reading Bulldogs. Do we have a... And that series will go a 4th game as the Andre Chiefs stay alive with an 8-5 victory over the Reading Bulldogs over at Pine Banks. So the Blue Sox get some rest. They wait their opponent. An impressive all-around outing. The Blue Sox were hanging on for a while, and then they exploded in the bottom of the 6th. Great effort offensively, and a great effort by our player of the game, Drew Leanhouse. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. And the Blue Sox back in the postseason. Now, will they resume the late summer tradition against the Chiefs, or will it be the Reading Bulldogs meeting them in the championship series? We'll find out in the coming days. With that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Productions, serving Greater Boston student athletes since 2011. Copyright 2017, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow night at 7:40 p.m. when TJO Sports takes on the Boston Padres in Game 4 of the Boston Park League Championship Series. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. Be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, Twitter at LSP37, subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel, and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Lexington Blue Sox defeat the Somerville Royals 11-4 and advance to the Intercity League Championship Series for the 11th consecutive year, winning the semifinals 3-0. My name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.